Elkins presents the Elkins Accounting Hour with your host, Chad Elkins.
All right, guys, how's everybody doing? It's just going to be me tonight, and when that happens, I never know how my audio is. So can somebody tell me how the audio is? Is it good? Because it was giving me some trouble today when I was doing some Zooms. So let me know. It's cool. I see some familiar faces in there, including Raymond. Good to have you, man. I guess you took the night off, huh? All right, loud and clear. Get the beer poured. It's just going to be me tonight. I didn't even ask Clary if he wanted to come on because I hadn't done a solo stream for, God, it's probably been months since I've done one. And, I didn't want to bother him. And, most of the time I get a bit concerned that he might be having some problems, so I don't want to add to them. But yeah, I wanted to kind of talk about what's been going on with me because I haven't streamed in a few weeks. Well, thanks, Raymond. It's a nice comment. Needed something good today. Well, I'll try to be good. I might sound like I'm whining a lot, during the stream. I don't mean to do that, but they say it's healthy to get things out. So, I'm going to do a little bit of that. But first, the most important thing, I've drank this one on here before. This is Voodoo Ranger's Fruit Force Tropic IPA. Well, it's a fruit punch IPA, but kind of the same. This one it's really strong. I think it has 9.5% ABV. Yeah, 9.5%. So I won't be feeling much pain after I have this. So cheers. And I also wanted to, I want to try this new thing when I'm solo, at least. If anybody else is consuming anything, it doesn't have to be alcohol. Just say, what are you consuming? It's always neat to see that in the chat because it's just kind of cool. It's like we're simultaneous sipping, as a certain YouTuber would say. So I've also got some tea here. So let's see. It looks like I last streamed. God, it was over 3 weeks ago. I was in Chicago, and just so you guys know, I don't have an outline for this. Like, you guys know how structured I like to be. I like to do research. I like to have a whole flight plan on how a stream's going to go. It's just how I am. I try to plan. I didn't plan anything for this. I'm going to try doing it the sort of the free, what's the term, freestyle or vamping. Basically what you do, Raymond, and what Clary does. I mean, you have the ability and the talent and the personality to just kind of have a discussion, on your own. Whereas I think I've always been better just with somebody else there. So I'll just try doing it on my own tonight. So we got soda water. I know you like that particular brand. What else? Lemonade. Nice. Tangerine LaCroix. Cool. I don't think I've had the tangerine one, but I've had some LaCroix. Diet Pepsi. Nice. So I gave up caffeine for like 2 months. Or no, it was 2.5 months. Like, not since July 10th had I had a cup of coffee. I decided to break that streak a few days ago. So now I'm back on it. And I got to say, I really missed it. I mean, I kind of just did it to see if my sleep would improve. And I mean, it did a little, but mostly I just missed having a kick in the morning when I get up because I'm not a morning person. So I don't miss that. Let me give some shout outs in the chat here. Filipino working at CVS. What's up? Homeschool time. Yeah, Mr. Texas is fine. Talked to him last night. He's actually on the phone with the candidate in there. We're a little concerned that something might have gotten hacked with his bank account. So hoping that turns out okay. We just learned about that. Of course, we got Homefront Forge. If you're still awake, what's up? Torgo. Who else we got? The Y2A Problem. Yeah, short guy. Lisa, good to see you. You know what? I'll be a very poor man's substitute for Raymond's streams tonight. It's certainly not going to go nearly as long. I'm going to just try to do this in an hour or less, to be honest, because I'm kind of hungry. But I wanted to do something. And yep, falafel is what's for dinner. Who else we got? Hey, Chase, dung is fun. Mr. Watts, well, I mean, you consider this early? I don't know. This is about when I normally would do it, unless you were being sarcastic. Let's see what else we got. Yeah, I could just put a sock over the microphone like Clary used to do. Hey, Seth, you don't, I don't have anything going on where you need to enter me into that. So don't worry about that. No, I'm fine. I'll catch you guys up on what's going on. Blue Moon Warrior getting ready to take the EA exam for businesses, and it's really tough. I've heard that that's the hardest one. You guys have to remember, I've never taken the EA exam, so I actually rely on you guys for information about that. My truth, the king. Best part of waking up is Chad Elkins. Yeah, no, it ain't that. Okay, what's up, man? Atham. Hey, dude, if you get bored, I was going to do a solo stream, but if you're just sitting around and feel like stopping by, you can definitely come on. I'm just going to do see if this works as a little therapy session. So I don't know if you guys know who Jack Murphy is. Jack Murphy, RLP. And yeah, let me make sure I get this right. He tried to change his AdSense, his Google account, from a personal one to a business one. And apparently he lost all monetization by doing that. I think that's what happened. But yeah, so just as a warning, don't do that because it's a real hassle when you lose your monetization, from what I understand. And so he seems to be stressed out about it. Oh yeah, I kind of wanted to get in a little bit earlier because I was able to fit my run in earlier, and I was just like, what am I waiting for? I'll just start a little early. Chocolate cake tonight instead of beer. Well, chocolate cake is healthier than beer, that's for sure. Well, thank you. That's a nice thing for you to say. Yeah, Jack Morgan, that really sucks. Okay. Yeah, Atham. Stop by, sure. Okay, I'll send you the link on Facebook in just a little bit. I'm just going to have a quick little bitch session on my own first, and I'll get you in there. So just so you guys know, there's no Clary tonight. So super chats are encouraged if you feel like leaving one. If not, that's totally cool. I just like to hang out. Lisa says, what's on your tea? This is a brewery out in California. It's Redwood Curtain Brewery. I got this. To be honest, I've never had any of their beers. It's just my brother-in-law knows one of the guys who owns that brewery. So he got me this shirt, a nice hoodie, and some stickers, but no beer. It's kind of funny. Okay, cool, Atham. Yeah, give me like 20, maybe 30 minutes, and then I'll bring you on in, and we'll just hang out for a bit. Let me see. Make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay, good. So let me catch you guys up. So since I last streamed with Clary, the last time we streamed, everybody was so excited about the no tax on tips for no tax on super chats because YouTubers, content creators made that list. So we were all having a good time about that. But no, things got pretty busy after that. I got through the September 15th entity deadline. That one went relatively smooth, but I just have to say again, one more time, you guys, just don't work with I say family and friends, but in reality, I'll just say it. It was my family that made that September 15th entity deadline so hard. Even with one of them, it's still not done. Like we missed the deadline. The problem with bringing on your family and friends, really your family. I mean, if you need to, you can put your friends on notice, be like, this is how it's going to go. With family, it's harder. I've just long thought they always feel like they can just not respect your wishes, your boundaries, and just get you everything at the last minute. Because hey, he's my cousin, my nephew, whatever. He can handle it, and it doesn't matter how much you try to coach them into not doing this; they just keep doing it. And I'm at the point where I'm just about to get rid of every client I have that's a family, maybe not necessarily a friend one, but like family. Like besides maybe my immediate family, I just think I'm done with this. It's really gotten irritating and stressful. So that was really the worst part of the September 15th filing deadline. But otherwise, it wasn't anything terrible. Mm. Um, yeah, Raymond, it's true. It just tends to not work out too well. Um, so I haven't really felt motivated to stream for a little while. And Raymond, you've already heard me talk about this. You're going to know exactly who I'm referring to. After I talk about this, I'll tell you what's really going on in my life. So, from what I understand, from what I've been hearing from everybody, views are down for YouTube. Like videos aren't getting as many views. I think you said that, Raymond. I think Clary mentioned it. I've heard a lot of people say that at least in the last few weeks here, just there haven't been as many views on videos. It's been unusually low. Maybe it was related to some kind of algorithm. Um, Now, obviously, I'm not a professional YouTuber, but let me tell you what's been happening with mine. Yeah, off a cliff. My goals, whenever I do a stream, my goals are very simple in terms of views. I just want to try to get 1,000 views per stream I do. Nothing crazy. I think with how many subscribers I have, and when I bring Clary on, of course, he's really popular, so it brings an audience. The last couple, if you go to my channel and you look at the last streams I've done, you'll notice that pretty much all of them made it past 1,000 views easily. The last two I didn't even come close. And this was right around the time that all these other YouTube accounts were complaining about that. And yeah, so it was related to YouTube blocking an ad blocker domain name, uBlock or something. So it did seem like it was going on everywhere on YouTube. But that started to demotivate me a little bit. And I have to tell you something else that has really been demotivating me lately as far as doing these streams. I want to preface this up front. I'm not trying to sound like a whiner, and I'm not trying to sound entitled, okay? I'm giving you honest feedback why I just haven't felt like streaming and probably won't as much going forward. See, every time I try to do a stream, I want it to be something where whoever is tuning in can learn something, whether it's about getting into the accounting field, how to get certifications, like what clients you should get, how to get work experience, even how to become a CPA. And sometimes I get technical, how to do taxes, whatever. And I like to plan out what I'm going to go over meticulously. Like I like to create an outline. I like to do a ton of research. From the beginning, when Clary convinced me to get my own channel, I thought to myself, I'm only going to do this if I feel like it can provide value for people, because otherwise I don't want to do it. This isn't my job. Like I'm not a professional YouTuber, and I'm never going to be. I'm just not. So it was fun. I've had it for about 3.5 years now, the channel, and it was fun. And it still is kind of fun, but I mean, it was fun to feel like I was helping people. And because I still get feedback, thanks for your help and everything. But I always put a lot of time into it, even during tax season when I didn't have time. I mean, every week I did some kind of tax season rant of the week. So that was a bit like therapy, but I still tried to plan for them and talk about what was going on. What I've noticed lately And Raymond, please comment on this. You're going to know exactly who I'm talking about. I'm not going to say this particular YouTuber's name, but it was kind of, in a way, the final straw, which really made me feel like I don't need to, I really don't want to be doing as much of this anymore. Lately, it just seems like it's all slop. Okay. People who, nobody, I think what people tune into YouTube for is just sort of I don't really know how to describe it. It's like junk food, like slop. It's people going on and saying, "Oh, I'm a loser. I live with my parents. Nobody's ever gonna want me. You know, I'm a lost cause. This is how bad my anxiety is. This is how bad my health is. I'm never gonna amount to anything." I'm not talking about people who they have a sort of you can say these things, but they at least have interesting perspectives about what they're saying. Okay. I'm being intentionally vague here. But there's this one particular female YouTuber. I'm not going to say who it is. You already know, Raymond. And I'll just say it. She is not interesting. She's not physically attractive. She's just hideous to listen to. Like, I tried her streams for a little, I checked out a couple of them. I couldn't get past 5 minutes on either of them. I'm just like, this is nothing. This is stupid. This girl who, in my opinion, don't worry, Raymond, I'm not going to say it. She is as unappealing in every meaningful way, physically, just everything, just disgusting. No, it's not your fault, Raymond. There's others like this. I'm just using this one as an example. I had to scratch and claw my way to get any kind of subscribers. And this is with the help of Clary. I think without Clary, I don't have any subscribers, or I still probably have less than 1,000 without Clary's help. So this particular YouTuber does nothing. I'll just say it, she's ugly, okay? She's ugly, not intelligent, not interesting, and just hideous. Nothing appealing. Raymond, it wasn't you. Don't worry. It was other people. I'm just using her as an example. She shot up to 10,000 subscribers like it was nothing. And it just, I had already been feeling, no, Raymond, don't feel bad. This was not you. I'd been feeling this way before I even knew who you were, Raymond. We're going back a year ago. I'd started to feel this way. And I'll just be honest, like, again, I'm not a professional YouTuber. This is for beer money. It's supposed to be for fun. And the work I was putting into this to try to provide valuable information, my own experiences or whatever, I don't have I don't have much motivation to really do that anymore, because what's the point? Like, if people can get popular just by talking about what failures they are, without being interesting saying it. It's one thing if you're interesting, if you say, well, I have this issue, here are my perspectives on it, I keep my ear to the ground, and if you can just have interesting insights about it, I'm with you. That's cool. But lately what I see is just garden variety failures, and all they do is just talk about that without bringing any interesting material into it. And they just triple my subscriber count plus views. They just triple or quadruple it overnight. And you know what? And Atham, you're absolutely right. Like, it's the stuff that I feel like should be getting attention. I mean, you get a little bit of attention, and yeah, random chick posts a picture. See, but Atham, here's the thing. I could understand. I get it if there's hot chicks, even if they're stupid and have nothing to say. I get it if they're attractive. If they're at least attractive and doing this on YouTube, it's like, hey, those are the rules. People like to look at attractive people. I get that. No, it's not her. She has some decent material. She's married anyway. She's got a kid. But I don't know. It was just this one YouTuber that got to me that had zero appeal. Now, other people may disagree, but there is no reason for anybody to tune into this girl's channel. Just none. Not No, Raymond, you don't have to send me super chats like that, dude. No, Raymond, please. You never have to do that, man. I'll read that in a second, but I'll return this to you on your own channel. I'll send super chat. You don't have to do this. We're friends. You don't have to send super chats. But anyway, I'm rambling about this. I'm just saying that, like, I think you guys understand. I'm just sort of tired of it started to feel like an obligation of me really trying to make my streams interesting with research, and I wanted to teach you guys something, and I would honestly, God, I'd spend time on it. But it's just kind of, if this is the way YouTube works, where you just talk about what a loser you are, and that's all anybody cares about, I don't really think I want to participate as much in it anymore. It doesn't mean I'm going to stop. I'm not going to delete all my videos or anything. And even I haven't told Clary this. I'm just sort of talking about it right now. I told the candidate this. But I just don't think it's worth the effort, in all honesty. I think I have enough videos. I have enough material on here where most of the questions that people would ask me about accounting or the industry, there's probably a video related or a stream related to it on there that either I've done or Clary and I have done. So I do think that I'm going to leave enough of a, I didn't want to say legacy. That sounds self-important. I've left enough of a mark here where I've helped people, I think. So, so yeah, that's all that's just been on my chest about this. It's why I have no motivation to plan for streams anymore. There's also something else I'm going to share with you guys. And I see the super chats, guys. Thank you so much. I'll read them in a second. By the way, I'm not doing this for super chats, guys. This is not farming for super chats. I mean, it's nice that we get this when Clary is not here because it drives him crazy. But no, I'm not doing this to milk super chats. I'm just saying, like, my inner thought process with the channel and all. So that's where my head's been at. So that's the first thing I wanted to say. I want to go back. You guys have some really good comments here. Let me just check. And I'm going to read your super chats, but Seth, that's a good point. People just want to buy into the cynical worldview because then they don't have to change or work hard. Right. That's what I feel like these popular slop YouTubers are conveying. I don't like that message. Like, when I'm going through what I have to say on here, I'm not saying you don't have to work hard. I'm saying you still have to work, and you have to be professional. You have to be diligent. But here's the path for you to do it. Like, I feel like I'm trying to preach a positive message, and so is Clary. But yeah, people are just droning out, these dumpster fires, and people want to see it. Like, this is what people seem interested in. And I don't know if I want to really be too heavily involved going forward if that's what it's become. You know what I mean? I don't consume that material. I know a lot of other people do, but I don't. She may have 10K subs, but no views. Yeah, it seemed like she was getting a lot of views when I, looked into it, but who knows? Right. Like, why work hard when somebody can just say, hey, just give up? I just think that's a bad message. No, I'm not. I think I know who you're talking about. I'm not talking about that guy, although that's a great example of it. I'm talking about somebody else. I just don't think I should say her name. That's not polite. Hey, good for her if she can just get by with having no talent or persona or charm or anything, but can get all kinds of engagement and subscribers. Hey, good for her. But we're clearly not operating with the same rules, if that's the case. So, yeah, and that's the other thing. Like, I was getting around 1,000 views at least with not many subscribers, but it really did sort of fall off a cliff the last two videos. So that, combined with what I was seeing about slop selling, it just kind of made me not really feel like trying that hard. And I'm just being honest with you guys. So that, and I'm running out of ideas to even talk about. So when that's happening, it's like, well, maybe I've said most of what I need to say, So we'll see what happens. see what else we got. Let's see. Got my EA license, and no, I'm in Western Governors because I watch. Oh, you're in Western Governors because you watch our vids and Clary's. You provide valuable. Well, thank you. And that was what it like kind of led me to want to do it, was because I wanted to help people. But like I said, slop seems to sell. So, and Raymond, you are a professional YouTuber. You should do it for super chats, especially now that they're up to $25,000 tax free. So good for you. I was thinking of launching my own OnlyFans. Yeah, sexy spreadsheets and IRS forms. Yeah, people will tune in for that. Yeah, hot and bothered over those. And yeah, I know most channels fail, but remember, I'm not trying to be a professional YouTuber. I'm trying to provide value. And I'm just saying, like, lately it seems like people don't want value. They want slop. Like, they want to be told it's okay to be lazy and useless. I mean, you guys tell me if I'm misinterpreting this, but that's just what I felt like I've been seeing. No, I'm not shaming you, Raymond. You're doing fine with this. You have interesting things to say, good perspectives. You have a great persona on here, and I like listening to you. I'm talking about ones that have none of that, yet they're just so damn popular. It's like, why? And I understand that it's subjective, but I just it makes me kind of sick. And so that's all I'm saying. Yeah, Atham, I'm slowly reaching the conclusion, and I think some people here would agree with that. Yeah, John, you know what? If you guys have ideas, do send them along. It doesn't mean I'll do them, but if I get motivated to do them, I'm always up for a good idea. Yeah, I could do that. You guys have left some great super chats, so I want to go ahead and get those, which I really appreciate. And I promise you, that's not why I'm live right now. That's not what I was farming for. But people have been asking me, well, when are you going to do another stream? So I'm like, well, I don't know when or how often. I thought I'd talk about why. And that's why I want to do this solo. So, all right, well, we'll start with dung is fun for $2. Don't give up, man. Keep on going. It takes time. No, I appreciate that dung is fun. It's less that I'm giving up and more that, like, I sort of feel like the more I keep going with this, the more I'd just be doing it to come up with new material. Because I'll be honest, like this year, it's been tough to think of new things to discuss that I haven't already discussed. Like, I really feel like I and also Clary have put enough pretty good info out there. You know, at some point, there's just not much more I have to say. So that's all I was saying as far as that goes. Raymond, this was way too generous. You don't have to leave me these, but I appreciate it regardless, but you don't have to do it. $32.50. Here's half the super chats I got from that stream with her. That's the her is who I was just talking about. You get them instead of her. I absolutely love your streams and learn a lot. Very jealous of how truly passionate about what you're doing with your life, brother. Well, thank you, Raymond. Thank you for the super chat, and thank you for saying that. The thing is, you and I are friends, so I don't have to go live for us to interact like that. Like, I'm glad you appreciate them, but keep in mind that in fact, there's a lot of people in the chat right now where we chat off of this platform. So, you know, it's not all about that, you know. Let me see what else. Thank you, Raymond. That really was way too generous of a super chat. Cynic, it's good to see you, man, for $5. Do you have to report large gifts that you receive? Is there a cap on gifts for the giver or receiver? So that's all about the giver. You can't control it. If somebody gives you $50,000, you just get $50,000. Okay. If they're just like, here, have $50,000. There's something called a gift tax. I forget what the total is now. Last I knew, it was like you're allowed to give $15,000 without having to pay taxes on what you give, you know, the gift tax return. This is how it's supposed to be. Now I'm going to tell you guys what really goes on. Nobody ever reports really large gifts that they gave that they can't write off on their taxes. I mean, I know the IRS likes to think that, well, people will follow the rules as far as that goes. It simply doesn't happen. But generally, it's on the giver to report very large gifts that they give. It's not the receiver. But I'm telling you, in practice, like hardly anybody does that. It's almost a stupid rule that they just should get rid of by now. Dung is fun for $5. Every time you have a show, you inspire one more person to be better. Don't think about quantity, think about quality. Keep it up, man. Well, thanks, man. I appreciate that. I've always been more focused on quality, which is why I really only do this at most once a week, but usually it's once every other week. Like I said, I prefer to provide positive messages. And so it honestly means a lot that you guys are saying this. But it's like others in the chat are saying, lately people just want to be told that it's okay to be a failure, it's okay to be lazy, and it's okay to give up. And the algorithm seems to support that, unless I've really got it backwards on this. So that's why I was just not motivated, that and running out of ideas. But I appreciate the message. Atham, you need to never give me super chats. We don't do that. Come on, dude. For $10 here, so you don't feel like a loser. Actually, I see how bad you feel to receive money from us right now. So we say, no, you guys, this was not super chat farming. Okay. Clary loves his super chats, and other professional YouTubers love their super chats. I am not a professional YouTuber. I really appreciate these. They mean a lot. But you guys don't have to send me these. I'll only say if you ever want to send me a super chat, it's funny to do when I'm solo, because guess who I don't have to share it with then? It is funny to see him chagrined about that, shall we say. And I'm going to rub this in a little bit to him. Cynic, talk about what a loser Clary is, not yourself. Yeah, we'll get Atham on here for that if he has time. And we will. I'm just kidding. I'm probably going to, or I'm scheduled to see Clary next month, and hopefully Atham in November, along with Clary there too. My Truth the King for $5. You're going to do whatever you decide, Chad, but just know your quality, thought out, useful accounting show is one of the few shining beacons on the Hill channel. Well, thank you, man. So honestly, this type of feedback sort of helps, because even if I don't have a lot of like interesting new subjects, if you guys are really finding them helpful, or if I can just do maybe I can just do question shows about anything related to what I do, or taxes or accounting. If you guys really find value in that, I could do those, because one, to be honest, they don't take a ton of prep, because most of the answers I can just answer. But two, it sounds like a lot of you get value with the Q&As. So yeah, I'll keep that in mind. I do think Q&As. So the little hack I have is like, whenever I couldn't think of anything to talk about, whether it was a tax season or something else, I would do a Q&A, because frankly, it requires no effort and no planning, especially when people send you the questions in advance, because then you see them, you can already have sort of prepared answers. So maybe I'll try to focus more on QAs if people find them valuable. So thank you, My Truth. My Truth, another $5. Man, you're spoiling me. And you letting sloppy channels demoralize you is like Clary allowing worthless dude bros and his awesome nerd economist millennial life coachness. Yeah, you're not wrong, but the other thing that I think I should emphasize is this is what Clary does. This is what he does. This is what Raymond does. Like, those two guys are YouTubers. They're very good YouTubers. They're professional YouTubers. So if that was my goal, yeah, I'd put all kinds of time into it. I would, because I know I could make a living doing that and it would work. But I'm not a professional YouTuber. I have a business, a job. And again, I'm going to talk to you about something else that's going on right now with that, and it's not good. I didn't think I'd get this many super chats, but yeah, when I get through them, I got to tell you guys what's been going on now. It's horrible. So stick around, and I'm not trying to doom. I'm just giving you a little peek behind the curtain about what's happening. Thank you, My Truth. Wet Socks kind of reminds me of White Socks for $2. Welcome back, Chad. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Omen Crimson for $5. If you decide to stop uploading, I hope you will still hang out with Clary occasionally. I owe you both a lot. Well, thanks, man. Yeah, like I wasn't saying I'm not going to upload anymore. I'm just, I'll probably just be spacing it out a bunch more because, yeah, I have lost a little bit of. Oh, this is hilarious. Look who's calling me, Aaron Clary. Here, I'm going to answer it. One sec. Hey, what's up, man?
Nothing much. I was calling to check in on you to see like if you're getting stressed over this court thing you got.
You know what's so funny is that I'm actually doing a solo stream right now, and Atham is in the audience. And if you're at home and you feel like jumping on, please come.
Are you live right now?
Yeah.
Oh, I might. I'm enjoying a cigar with the GF, but
oh, do that instead, man. Do that instead.
Yeah, okay. But you want to give me a call back about the court thing?
Yeah, I was actually just about to start talking to these guys about it. Yeah, definitely, man. I'll give you a call back.
All right, we'll see you.
Bye. Did you guys hear that? I put it on speaker. Let me see if you guys could hear that. That's funny. He didn't even notice that I was. Well, why should he? He's enjoying a cigarette or a cigar, not cigarette, cigar with this gal. But anyway, Omen Crimson, thank you. Regardless of what happens, I will still work with Clary to spread the good word about this career. So don't worry about that. It's just it may be more often on his channel because maybe I'll step back a little bit on this one. Ken Rose for $2. Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Steve, you guys are being way too generous here, and I mean this. I feel bad. I'm plugging along at Western Governors, projected to graduate in 12 months or so, all thanks to you and Clary. Well, thanks, man. I'm glad we were able to help. Might be more thanks to Clary, but I appreciate it. Question, how much money yearly is it possible for a 1- and 2-man tax firm, if that can even be answered? Sky's the limit, my friend. At least right now, there still seems to be a shortage. The boomers are only going to keep retiring. I never like giving numbers when people ask me this question. I'm going to say 6 figures very easily, and quite a bit higher than that. You won't make $500,000 doing it if it's a 1- or 2-man tax firm, but 6 figures easily, and it could even creep up there to 200K. And I mean that, depending on how hard you want to work. So keep at it. Thank you for the generous super chat. I promise you, if you only do tax, and even if it's just you will do just fine once you build the right client base. So hold on. I've lost, I'm behind in all this. See, I'm not even good at doing super chats. My Truth the King, for $5. High level people like yourself, despite part-time CPAing, while still pulling 6-figure 1099er, putting quality into the world will be meaningful regardless. Well, thanks, man. Yeah, I don't know. When I first started this channel, I genuinely really enjoyed talking about it, and I had so much fun doing it. And that's because I think back in early 2022, I just didn't see as much slop. Like there wasn't this whole like, it's okay to be a loser. It's okay to be a nobody. Now pay me. It's like, ugh, I hate that. But thanks for the kind words, My Truth, as well as the super chats. Cynic for $5. Watching a crazy legal case where there's someone got $100,000 in gifts for a third party and only sent part of it along. What are the tax implications of that? So somebody got $100,000 in gifts for a third party, but only sent part of the gifts along. What are the tax implications? God, again, when it comes to gifts, it's really for the giver more than anything. And a lot of this is contextual. Frankly, if there was a middleman like that and that person altered the gift instead of being like a middleman, then they're on the hook for the same supposed gift restrictions, that $15,000 per person. So frankly, both could get in trouble for it. But when you involve more than just 2 people and there's a third party, it just ups the risk that you could get in trouble for that. So that's just a bad idea either way. Ken Rose for $5. Sorry to see you go, sir. Godspeed and blessings. Well, thanks, man. I'm not saying I'm not going, like, I'm not just disappearing. I'm just saying I always used to make it a priority to try to do at least one show, if not every week, every 2 weeks. And I'm saying, like, right now, it's not looking like that's going to continue. And I've got more to tell you about what's going on with my business. So that's all I was trying to say. So Bob for another 5. You guys are spoiling me. Seriously. No more super chats, please. Tax can be a pain in the neck, but it's one of the few things that work for me. I have to continue studying constantly with tax. Yeah, and with this one big beautiful bill, all that getting passed a few months ago, they're just now releasing the new 2025 forms with these. They didn't simplify anything. Like it's just getting more and more complex. I'm telling you, there's always going to be a need for good tax professionals. It's not going to go away anytime soon. I stand by that. Okay. Thank you for the super chats, guys. That is a lot. And I appreciate them so much. You guys left a lot of comments on here up here, and I want to make sure I capture them. Buddy Lee, yes. Like I just said, you need to stick with accounting. It's still good in 2025. Let me see. There's a few more questions here. It's sort of hard to. I do have something else I want to talk about. I'm just, thinking I did hear about that. I liked him. He Stardusk. I've been listening to him for 12 years, no more than that. And yeah, I heard he's not doing great with the monetization thing. Yeah, our show did inspire some people to get an EA or work on accounting. They don't change lives. They're more like freaks in the circus. Yeah, like that's what sort of was messing with my head, but they get the subscribers and views. It's like I understand that accounting is boring and it's not sexy and people don't really watch YouTube for accounting, but I don't know. I just can't abide by these. Like I'm a waste of a human life, but I now have 20,000 subscribers. It's killing me. Biggest accounting frauds in history. Well, there's a few of those. I'll tell you my Enron story some other time. Yeah, did his channel just go away? Is it like just gone? I knew there were some monetization problems, but I didn't know it was gone. Let me just see what else. Wesley Snipes case reopened and your name came up. Well, we'll see about that. Clary sounds different on the phone. I'm going to say this about Clary. One of the really good things about him is that he does not stay on the phone for a long time. He calls you. Like a lot of times people will call me and I don't want to answer because it's like, God, it's going to be impossible to get off the phone because I hate speaking on the phone. With Clary, you never have to worry about that. Like he will get off the phone in a minute or less. I've always appreciated that. Do both business and individual. You can do both, but you can also niche in either one. Generally, business tends to be more lucrative. Yeah. That sucks. I've been watching his videos for a long time. That really sucks. Just see. Kind of miss these solo streams. Nothing against Clary. I hadn't done one in so long. Greg Powers for $10. At least come back for next tax season. I still plan to. I don't know how often I'll be on here, but I will. I'm not leaving you guys. I'm not giving up on you guys. I'm just saying, like, I used to try to make an effort to be very regular with this, and I'm saying I don't know if I'm going to be doing that anymore. That's all I'm saying. So I really appreciate these super chats. I'm actually feeling guilty about it. That's not why I did the stream tonight. It was not to get super chats. Mr. Innominate, I say that right? For $5. No, Clary, keep super chats Clary free from the tax. Yeah, yeah, I think he's gonna get a kick when I show him how many super chats I got tonight when he wasn't on here. It's funny that he called right in the middle of it. Thank you. Xvan, you're too generous, my friend. $20 is too generous. Clary-free frou-frou beer money. Yeah, I thought about drinking a frou-frou beer, but this is probably a real man's beer at 9.5%, even though it's an IPA, and some people think those are frou-frou. This one will put hair on your chest. Atham. Goodbye, Chad. It was good while it lasted. Well, not really going anywhere. I just don't know how long I'm going to do this. I should emphasize that. Couple other quick comments. Good to see you, Rob Blauser. Yeah, I'm still here in Fort Worth most of the time, so we'll try to hang out in the Metroplex. Get off social media entirely to feel better. Oh, there is one thing, like part of my business is tied to social media, so I've considered that. Don't abandon us, you talented bastard. Well, thank you. I'm not going to do that. Chris, what was your experience with accounting information systems? I didn't really work with those as much. I know I did some work with that in undergrad. I mean, once you understand accounting software and tax software, you get the hang of pretty much everything. If you know QuickBooks, you can do bookkeeping essentially. Let me check everything else. I do have something else I want to, something else I need to tell you guys. All right, we're caught up. Guys, thank you again. Seriously. You don't have to leave me any more super chats. I swear, that's not a line. This is more than enough. I feel bad right now. Okay, so the other thing I wanted to tell you guys about what's been going on, and it's really like affected my mood, and it's like stressed me out beyond belief. It's a bit of a story, but I'll try to be quick with it. And Atham, I'll see if you want to come on just to shoot the shit for a few. I think the candidate's going to want me to have dinner probably within the hour, but I'll try to get through this. Okay. So, where to start with this? Back in 2017, so 8.5 years ago, I'll just tell you guys, this involves a court case and a trial that I have to testify in Chicago. So legit trial. I have to go on the witness stand, and it's less than 2 weeks from now when I'm going to have to do it. And I'm going to tell you about, I cannot be any kind of, I have to keep things very vague. Like I cannot be specific about anything. I can't even provide details. So forgive me for being vague, but I kind of have to be, and you guys understand why. And this will explain to you why I'm kind of stressed right now. So back in 2017, I picked up a new client, and he was a client. He wanted tax services done. And that's what I was there for. He also wanted something else done besides taxes, which I knew how to do. I had experience with, I was qualified with it. And I was like, yeah, sure, no problem. I mean, that's what you want. I can do that too. So we're talking 8.5 years ago. Again, without specifics, and I really have to be careful about what I say right now. So I'm going to be very vague. There ended up being a party ended up suing this client. Okay. Now, because of that, so that happened maybe a few years later, probably like 2-3 years later. And it's been kind of like going back and forth, working its way through the legal system. And the long and short of it is it got very, very nasty. Really, just this is what my understanding of it is. It's just it involves family. It's just a really, really nasty case. And it turns out part of the case, it's not going to be decided on anything I did or said. Okay. I'm a witness. I'm not in any trouble. I did nothing wrong. I'm just there as a witness to testify. But some of my work is part of this. And about 2 years ago, this was June of 2023, I had to do what's called a deposition. And so this is the suing side basically coming after me for information. And you guys, this was one of the most torturous experiences I've ever had in my entire life. And that's not me being melodramatic. Imagine somebody doing nothing for several hours. I think it was just 4 straight hours. They're doing nothing but like tearing down your character, calling you stupid, calling you worthless, like challenging like your ability to even be called a human being. That attorney was one of the most vicious pit bull, like rabid pit bulls that was just, it almost seemed demonic. And, you know, for those of you that are in here, that'll be like, you know, oh, whatever, I could stand that, you know, whatever. Until you see, I thought that. I was like, oh, I don't care what this guy does. I'll be fine. Until you actually go through with it, until there's somebody who is an experienced litigator doing that to you, I shit you not, it's one of the most horrible experiences that you can go through. So I did that in late June of 2023. I had to experience that. And so, yeah, I was just, I'm not going to say I was like traumatized, but I was like, wow, that was just absolutely horrible. Like, I am so upset that I had to do that. I held out hope that this would settle. You know, you always hope that court cases will settle so you don't have to go to trial. Remember what I said, this was really just nasty. Like the gloves are off, and this is a very personal trial for the parties involved. Well, guess what? I'm going to have to testify in this trial, which is scheduled to go. It starts October 6th is when the trial starts. I don't know when I'm going to be put on the witness stand, but it's that week. Here's another problem, you guys. I still have a lot of my own individual tax returns. People who are on extensions, there's a lot I have to do. Like, there is still work I have to do, okay? It's a little stressful. It's always a little stressful this time of the year. The only way they could have picked a more inconvenient time for me to have to do this is if they'd done it in March or April. If this was taking place in, like, I don't know, June, July, like the deposition was at the end of June. It sucked, but at least I didn't have like stresses from my regular job, you know, my business. The fact that it was put on the calendar now is just brutal, absolutely brutal. And remember, I've got PTSD from that deposition, and I've been informed that it's likely. So there's 2 attorneys, and you know, one of them's my client's attorney, and you know, they're asking me questions, but they're not hostile about it. It's likely to be just as awful as it was in the deposition, and they said it's probably going to be worse for me. And this is going to be on a witness stand in front of a judge, in front of a jury, with a just rabid, foaming at the mouth attorney, just looking to pulverize me. And I gotta tell you guys, when I'm already a little bit stressed about the work I have to do by October 15th, I'm dealing with that. This is just really freaking stressful. It's stressing me out. Like, I've lost sleep over it. I'm not trying to sound like a wuss, but like I've lost sleep. Like it's just going to be a very, very terrible experience for me. Horrible. And Filipino working at CVS, know any lawyers who can kind of help me through this, prepare? Yes, it's technically the client, my former client's attorney, who's helping me with that. The issue is that it takes a lot of time to do that. So I won't show it up. I've got all kinds of like documents and transcripts like this. It's like this thick of like deposition that I did, you know, things I need to know because they're going to come after me. And I have to prep on my own. I had to prep for 3 hours yesterday with those attorneys, and I had a lot of work to do yesterday, a lot. And I have to prep with them for another 3 hours tomorrow. Yeah, I have so much work I need to do, and that's what's going to happen to me. That's my Friday afternoon, is just, and you know, it's even stressful to prep with them because look, I don't know if any of you guys have ever testified in a trial, but what, like, even one single word, if you say it wrong, Like you have to be very, and I didn't know this. I have a sister who's an attorney, but like I've never had to deal with something like this. One single word can really screw things up as a witness, whatever. Like it's just, you have to be so meticulous. And remember, this is not some kind of, cookie cutter. Well, we'll see what happens. This is like a gloves off, drawn out, like both sides wanting to draw blood family affair. And yeah, I got pulled into it because of something I agreed to help my client out with 8.5 years ago. That's a long time ago, huh? I was with Cuddlewooks back then. Like, memories fade. It's just really, really stressful. And so honestly, this is the worst part of my life right now. And yeah, it's messing up. I'm not like that delicate of a flower, but yeah, it's fucking with my sleep. It's making me like irritable to be around. I'm trying not to push that stress onto the candidate. She's got her own stresses going on. But yeah, I'm worried about it. I'm going to be fine no matter what happens. Like it's not like it puts me at risk, but I do feel like I want to do a good job here. I owe it to I owe it to the court. I owe it to even both sides here, but man, it's just going to be a really horrible process. I wish I could be more specific because if I told you some other things, this would make a lot more sense, but I just can't do that. So yeah. So that's everything that's going on with me and why I haven't streamed recently. In addition to not feeling motivated, I've just been dealing with this. The work has picked up. It just sucks. There's no reason that this should still be ongoing. It was so long ago, and if I told you more specific things, you would understand. But the fact that I even have to do this is what hurts me the most. It's like, this is just one awful waste of time. It's just so frivolous. So Atham, I don't know if you're still here. We can just hang for a few minutes. I'm going to send you the chat on Facebook. I know I have a couple more super chats here, and I'll get caught up with those. I do see you, King Crab. And I got your email, Crab, but like I was telling them, I've just been really preoccupied with some other things, and they're not good things. Okay, Atham, I sent you the link, and let me get to these super chats here. Thank you again for all the generous super chats, you guys. I don't go on here expecting super chats, and I'm not entitled to them. It's not how I make my living. So I appreciate them, and just know that you don't have to give them to me. Oh, Atham, you were saying something. Yeah, that's okay, man. Don't worry about it. I probably have to get off pretty soon. So don't even sweat it, man. I'll give this another few minutes, but yeah, I got to eat dinner. Falafel. I love me some falafel. Dung is fun for $2. Do you mind being on somebody else's channel? I don't. I really like going on Clary's channel. I've been on Raymond's channel. I've been on a few other people's channels. I'd like to get on Clear Value Tax's channel, Brian Kim, but he's honestly way out of my league as far as that goes. But I have met him in person before he had that channel. So yeah, but no, I don't mind going on other people's channels. It's fun if I have time, because just to be straight with you, if I'm going on somebody else's channel, I don't really have to spend time prepping. I can just kind of come as I am and just talk, kind of like what I did tonight. And I like that. So let's see what else. Bob for $5. Bookkeeping seems more consistent and less stressful than taxes. I'm currently studying QuickBooks, aging of receivables, accounts payable, reconciliations. So I would say yes, that generally tends to be the case. But there's a couple of things I really need to make sure you understand. And if Crab is still listening, he may tell you the same thing. Crab, you have an important super chat there, and I'm about to read it. The thing with bookkeeping, I'm not knocking bookkeeping when I say this. I'm just telling you how it works. There's far fewer barriers to entry to becoming a bookkeeper. Like, you don't even need a license to do it. You technically don't even have to be an accountant to be a bookkeeper. You can just know how to do bookkeeping or know how to use QuickBooks. there are things like QuickBooks certifications and all that, but that's like being a bookkeeper. There's just far fewer hurdles to get to it. So there's a lot more bookkeepers. So as you can imagine, there's a lot more competition if you are trying to accumulate clients as a bookkeeper. And I could be wrong about this. Now, there is far and away, there remains a shortage of qualified tax professionals. That's what's going on. As far as bookkeeping, we can always use more bookkeepers, but I don't think there's as big of a gap in people who need bookkeepers and ones who can find them. So I'm not telling you that to discourage you or anybody from going into bookkeeping. Just be aware that, like, there's no barrier to entry, so there's more competition. You don't get paid as much, and there's not a huge shortage. However, the work is less stressful generally, and it's probably more enjoyable. Like I've dabbled in a little bit of bookkeeping, but bookkeeping is not supposed to be stressful. And I don't mean that to be condescending, but just that's kind of how it works in that sector. Now, Crab, you posted for $5 in the ER with my mom. I'm so sorry, man. I caught that earlier. I want to make sure I could read this. I hope your situation gets better soon. Courts are hell. I did send you an update email. Yes, I did get it, Crab. I will get back to you, I promise. And I'm really sorry to hear that you're in the ER with your mom. I hope your mom is going to be okay. If you want to send me another email, just updating me about it, and I promise I'll respond to your email. But like I was telling them earlier in this stream, I'm really preoccupied by something right now, by many things, but something in particular. And yeah, it's the court case. I'm just dreading it. Daddy and a caddy for $2. Can a CPA with 2 H&R Block busy seasons go independent? Absolutely, man. I mean, the decision on when to go independent is entirely up to your comfort level. As far as, do you feel comfortable and confident enough to start working with your own clients? That's a very individual decision. I mean, if you really feel like you've got a good grasp on it and you know the right questions to ask and you feel seasoned enough, then yeah, that should be fine. I would think 2 years on average is probably long enough to go out on your own. The only thing I would say is that you do want to try to get some experience with more complex returns, S corporations, partnerships. I have been told that sometimes those can be hard to come by when working at H&R Block. It can be a little bit hard to get experience in that. But I mean, there's space for people who only want to work with individual tax returns. You can make your entire practice on churning and burning those. You can. People do it. It's just you get to charge a little bit more for the business ones. Yeah, so try to get experience in those if you can. Let me see what else. Let me see. Yeah, I appreciate that. Y2I. I'm gonna be fine. It just sucks. Ugh. Yeah, bookkeeping is a little bit slow, but yeah, bookkeeping is like the perfect side gig when you're doing something else. Now there are full-time bookkeepers. It's just they tended to bring them up kind of on the side while they were doing something else, but it is very, very much a good side gig. What else? Let me see. Yeah, I hope your mom's doing all right, man. Oh, Alex, for $10. Alex Masbruch. Little behind on the stream. I've been a big fan of your streams for a while. Always feel like I learned something. Thank you. Well, thank you, man, and thank you for the super chat. That's why whatever I do, I don't want to give this up. I want to keep doing well. I want to keep helping people. I'm just, at this point, I'm realistic that that's not what YouTube wants to promote. It's not. And again, I don't do this for money. You guys get it, right? You get it how you put so much into something, and even if you don't care, how high it goes or whatever, you see some of the dumbest shit you've ever seen just soar in popularity on this platform. And then you're just kind of like, am I in the right place? Should I really be doing this? You guys get it, right? Like, I'm not trying to complain. It's just in the last few months, this is what I've really noticed. And so it messes with you. It would be one thing if I put no prep into this. Like, it's fun to, like, what Clary does is great. I mean, he doesn't tend to, I don't believe at this point he puts a ton of prep into videos he does. He just kind of goes on and talks. If that's what my channel did, then yeah, like, sure, whatever happens, happens. It's just what I was saying was I was trying to really put a lot of prep into what I did. And it gets hard to do that after a while when you see what gets popular. That's all I was saying. I'm not going to go away. I just, well, I don't know how much I'll be doing this or what kind of streams I'll be doing going forward. But I also want to say, I welcome any ideas. Shoot me an email. I didn't put my email address on the link below. I just whipped this up quickly, but I'll put that on there. And Clary, I was just about to talk. Oh, Clary giving a super chat. I didn't know he gave those. Clary, does this mean I have to split your own super chat with you? I'll get to the course and I'll also link it below. But yeah, we'll talk. I'll talk about that in a second. Thanks, Clary. Is this the real Aaron Clary? Somebody make sure that's the real Aaron Clary, because there have been impersonators on here. Oh, and Daddy and Akata, you were saying how to find 1040 Schedule C and then corporate and partnership clients. Have I done streams? I think I've sort of done some streams on how to find clients. If not, I'll go back and look, but maybe that's a good idea for a stream. Oh, it's Clary again. Hold on. Hey, what's up, man?
Yes, that's me.
Say that again?
That is me.
Oh, is it you? Okay, yeah, we had to make sure. I just didn't know you ever left Super Chats. So,
did you have my super chat about Atham being a dork?
Oh, did I miss that?
It's a super chat. You're a very unprofessional podcaster.
Well, that's what I've been telling them this whole time. I'm like, I am definitely not a professional podcaster or YouTuber. So what the hell am I doing on here? No, I'll read that one in a second, man. I'm just catching up.
Did you just get paid super chats?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Then you are a professional podcaster.
Well, I'll never be as good as you are, or Raymond.
But you are a professional podcaster.
Well, I appreciate that, man. Yeah, I'm about to get off here in a minute, so we'll do another one of these another time.
All right, I'll let you go.
Catch you later, man. See what I mean? I'll say it again. The best thing about Clary is that he will not keep you on the phone for a very long time. Honestly, I wish every friend and family member I had was like that. Do you know how much easier that would be when I want to tell somebody something? It's not fake. It's the real guy. At least, yeah. Oh, wait. Is that true? I don't think this is the real Clary. Well, no, I think it was him. So this was the one I put up earlier, and this was the other one, Atham's a Dork for $5. Yeah, that was really Clary. It's so funny that these are Clary tax-free super chats, and he's the one giving them. It's like a wow. I never thought that would happen. No, Raymond, you're not making me quit YouTube. That's not what this is. Hey, what's up there? All right, what else we got? Daddy and a Caddy, I want to give you a better response to this. As far as how to find clients, you just got to put yourself out there. Yelp, Google, get people to leave you reviews. Word of mouth is huge these days. That's something that people will do for you once you do a good job. Like I was just ruminating. I couldn't remember if I've done a stream strictly on how to get clients, but I'm pretty sure I've talked about it in previous streams. So yeah, just put yourself out there and network. I hate that it's a bit of a stereotypical response, but it is about networking. I would say this might hurt some people, but you have to not be a spurg. Like, I think that should be Clary's next class, like how to not be a spurg, because so much of life is like social competence and charm, especially when everybody nowadays is just like, if you can be like a well-adjusted person socially and just have good conversational skills, do you realize how far that can take you in the business world? Because it is getting worse and worse. I promise you. If you can do that, that's half the battle right there. I don't know if you could do a course on how not to be a spurg, but I've always felt like it's a good idea. So let me see what else we got. I think that is. Oh, Daddy Nakati. Yeah, S Corp returns 1120S, and is side bookkeeping overkill for CPAs? You know what? Not necessarily. I've got some people I work with that are solo firms like mine. They're CPAs. They still do taxes, but they also do bookkeeping. So that means they don't have to do as many tax returns. So their yearly trajectory is more like that, whereas mine is like that. So they prefer a little bit more regular work. It's your own. I'll tell you what, your own accounting firm can be exactly what you want to make of it. It's up to you. I learned early on that I didn't want to do bookkeeping or payroll because I'd done them before, like earlier in my career, and it was sort of a slog, and it just didn't interest me. And after my work at the U.S. Tax Court and DOJ criminal tax, I just really liked taxes. I liked the work. Now, I don't like all of the tax rules. I think some of them are pretty lame, but I still like doing the work. So that's how I knew what I wanted to do. I think that is everything. Let me check. My truth for $2. Sucks that you're leaving YouTube because you're getting married. So those are two untrue statements. I am not leaving YouTube, and I am not getting married, at least not at the moment on both of those. So we'll see about that. Oh, so it was a different YouTube account. Okay. Honestly, the reason I wasn't sure is because I've seen fake Clarys come on like Rareb's show and Jack's streams. Like there have been fake Aaron Clarys. So I wasn't sure. Oh, Atham, $2. I'm glad I was able to watch your last stream ever. Well, okay. I can tell you guys this. I'm not going to be, let's see, September 25th. I probably won't be able to do another stream for, I'm going to say, another 3 weeks minimum, because I have to do this damn trial. I have to get through October 15th. And then I'm actually scheduled to fly. The candidate and I are seeing Clary. I think it's October 22nd in South Dakota. I'm really excited about seeing Great One. It'll be good to see Clary and his GF, but Great One, yeah. I'm just kidding. You know what? I will try to do a stream sometime between October 16th and October 21st. If I'm able to, I'll try to do a stream on that. And if you guys have any, again, if you guys have ideas on what you want me to talk about, send them to me. I'm always open to good ideas. Okay. I appreciate them. Raymond, dude. Raymond, come on. Raymond, I'm sending that back to you. I can't take that from you, man. Raymond, it's too generous. I feel too bad. $100, dude. Since this is your last stream, advertising marketing schedule C. Raymond, that's just too much. I wouldn't want you to send something like that. Thank you. I really appreciate it, but now I feel bad. Oh my God, Raymond. Are you still here? Oh, it's for your advertising marketing on Schedule C. I was just about to talk about your channel to my meager 3,500 subscribers. So Raymond has about 26,000 and growing. Raymond, that was just way too generous, man. Like I'll text you after that. It's just too generous, dude. It means a lot, man. I appreciate it. This is not my last stream. I just don't know how. I never meant to convey this was my last stream. I was just saying I don't know how frequently I'll be doing them, but I'll try. I'm not going to erase any of my previous streams. I'm not going away. I'm still here. What else? No refunds. seriously, I swear this is not why I was doing this. Okay, I missed one here. Oh, Elon Musk's filthy jockstrap for $2. Hi, Chad. Can I deduct Cappy's height on my taxes? Wouldn't be a very it'd be a very small deduction, so it wouldn't be good. Of course, I'm one to talk. Clary actually may have half an inch to an inch on me, so the more I make fun of him, technically I'm kind of making fun of myself. So you'd get a very small deduction. Oh, what's up, the real Uncle Hector? No, I am not going to be a dad. At least not that I know of. Yeah. How are things going with you? I see you in the chats every now and then. Raymond, please, anything that you send my way has to be a business expense. Yeah. Man, you guys. Whew. Atham, stop it, dude. $10. I'm so sad Chad is leaving for good. How about a stream where you visit? When you visit? Fuck yeah, man. I'm working on that. I really would like to go out there. It's been way too long. What's it been? Like a year and a half since I was out there? We gotta do that again. Stop leaving me super chats, please. But thanks, dude. Seriously, no more. Okay, guys. Oh my God, Clary. $5. Where's my $100 super chat? I mean, Clary, now do you regret not hopping on when I said, hey, do you want to hop on? But no, you wanted to keep smoking your cigar with the GF on your, what does Great One say about your deck? He's like, that piece of shit with that awesome view. Yeah. Thanks, man. Yeah. I think most of you guys can probably appreciate that. It's funny how Clary doesn't get the Cappy tax for this particular stream. So that's probably why you were sending me this. King Crab, Chad, you do good work. Be proud of it. Thank you. Thanks, Crab. And shoot me an update about what's going on with your mom. I hope it goes well. All right, guys, that is, oh my God. Okay. Andrew, 2727 for $10. Just want to make sure you know that you completely changed my career. Currently on my way to having my own firm. I would be in a much worse spot without you. Always grateful for what you've done. Man, you guys are going to get me to tear up here. Thanks, Andrew. Like I didn't. So first of all, Clary deserves credit for this too, because he was the one who encouraged me to get on this platform. And of course, he would bring up these things on his channel. So he deserves thanks too. But thank you, Andrew. Yeah, I just want people to understand that this slop that people are leaving on YouTube, just give up. There's no point. You know, the economy's fucked. Like you're never going to be able to succeed. It's over. I can't fucking endorse that message. I can't. And yeah, I'm a little bit older than some of you, but I just don't feel like that's the right message to send. And I'm seeing far too much of that, at least concerning career and like other things, the economy. Yes, there's things that suck right now, but there are plenty of ways to get around them, if not get over top of them. And I just feel like getting into accounting, the tax field, bookkeeping, just doing something in the industry is a way to do it. And I've always felt that. So that's why I was just getting frustrated, like I was talking about at the beginning of the stream. So thanks for the super chat, man. Cynic for $5. Is it true Atham's girlfriend's best friend said you are quitting and moving overseas? Reminds me of that. This is going to date me a little bit. That movie Ferris Bueller's Day Off, when what was that girl's name? Whatever her name was. She's just like, my sister's brother's girlfriend's cousin's roommate said that Ferris went out to 31 Flavors and passed out last night. Sounded pretty serious. That's what that reminded me of. So Christy Swanson, that was her name. She was kind of hot in the late 80s and 90s. Let's see. Oh, was her best friend hot? Have I met her? Raymond for $2. Don't cry. It's only a 9% beer. No, I'm not going to cry. This was my first drink of the day, so I would need 2 of these to potentially even think of crying. But Mm. Think that is everything. Thank goodness. I feel bad enough about all these super chats. All right. Guys, I really appreciate it. I feel pretty good because I was kind of treating this a bit like a therapy session, and I feel a lot better now. I'm glad. I like that we're making a difference. You know what? I'll keep thinking of new ideas and new ways, even if I'm not doing it quite as frequently. I am going to try to keep things going, and I welcome your ideas. I'll link this below. I forgot to, but Clary does have that course. If you want to get into the accounting field, it's called The World's Greatest Accounting Career. I'm not going to yell it because last time I did that, I feel like I blew out my throat. But yeah, I'll link that. It's just a way, if you're not sure where to start, the course just kind of tells you some ways how you can get your foot in the door and progress through it. You don't have to go to college. That's the main thing, is you don't have to go to college in order to get into the field. Whether it's tax or bookkeeping, you just don't. So it's an interesting, do this if you're too stressed to sleep. You know what? Maybe that's a good idea. Maybe if it's like 2 a.m. and even if there's absolutely nobody here, I'll just pop on and be like, man, I can't sleep. We'll see. I've never thought about that. Do people do that? I don't know. Cynic for $2. Take a break until after the suit is over. Yeah, it's highly unlikely I'm going to do another stream until after October 15th. But like I said, I'd try to do one more after that before I go see Clary. I don't think Clary is going to want to do a stream when I'm there because we're there to hang out, not do this. But Raymond, should I just become an accountant? You know what, man? You're already like really good at keeping track of your expenses because you've shown me your expense spreadsheet. In a way, you already are an accountant. So I'm just saying there's a lot worse things you could consider getting into, man. And you are way smart enough to do this. Hey, Monero Mateo. This is a guy who started out like he had some accounting experience, but he finished his certification and then he just went out on his own. And I believe you can throw me an update in an email, Mateo, but I believe he's fully established at this point. We connected about a year and a half ago from tax season, not this past one, but last year. And, we helped him get established. So let me know how things are going, man. It's good to see you. Kona Savage. Yeah, I saw you there. What's going on, man? Thanks for being here. All right, guys, thank you so much. Thank you for all the super chats. Mostly thank you for letting me vent a little bit. I don't know. I'm stressed right now. I'm not going to say I'm scared, but I'm just really not looking forward to that trial. It's just going to suck. It sucks. So I really appreciate it. Don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. I appreciate your support. And could some of you guys tell me when you think we should hang out? I'll give you all a minute in the chat because I still have a little beer left. I love it. Guys, let's hang out eventually, which also could be soon.